You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello, you degenerate fucks, and welcome to The Degenerate Gambler. It's Thursday, the 23rd of June, and this week, on this week's episode, as I said last week, I'm going to talk about free bets, free spins, free games, basically, that most bookmakers offer, why I think it's a good idea to use them, pros and cons. I've also got a bit of a treat, the acca attacker, who has recorded a short audio clip for me, giving me his views on free spins. So I'll play that shortly. But yeah, the episode, to say, it's just, most bookmakers, I use 4 or 5 different bookmakers. Most will offer some type of free bonus. Some will be free spins. Some will be a free daily game. Uh, Others, a weekly game. Some are easier than others to get money back from. Some are more consistent than others. They offer them daily rather than weekly. But there is a variety out there, and if you can use them, it's a decent idea. So before I'm going to play Acca Attacker's audio here, but before I do, just on one of them. So I had made a decision at the end of last season that all my William Hill bonuses, spins, and games and whatever else, I was going to save them for the start of next season. I'll probably use them towards my outright bets, and I think I'm on exactly. I won 5p today, so I think I'm on exactly £15, and that's been since the end of the season. Whenever that was, what was that? The end of May. So you know, pretty. You know, what was that? Five weeks ago, something like that. So it's not that long, but yet I've already I've got it up to £15. One of the wins was like £12. But anyway, before I get into each different bookmaker, I'm gonna play you Acca Attacker's little audio clip here. It's 4 or 5 minutes long, but he gives you his sort of thoughts on them.
Hey guys, Acca Attacker here. I thought I would do a quick recording around free spins for the boss because I'm mindful that recently he's been discussing it and said he might do an episode where he talks about it. So just in case, here it is, because I've just recorded the outrights voice note for him for one of the episodes, and figured, while I'm sat free on my phone, I'll just do a quick scratch of the day on Will Hill. I got a sweepstake on Scratch of the Day, but if you scroll down, you sometimes get extra winnings. I had 5 free spins on Gold Strike Rush, and I've just won £12.40 from those free spins. Now, for me, that's 3 Accas paid for, because my standard stake's around £3.50 at the moment as I build it up. It's really good to do it, and here's the pros and the cons. So I've got myself into a little routine where I use about 4 or 5 betting apps, and on those, each of them offers a promo most days. So Ladbrokes does the instant wins spins. Betway does a prize wheel. William Hill does Scratch of the Day, and you can sometimes just get random offers for free spins. Boyle Sports does a promo sporadically. They're normally quite good. You get like a £2 free bet or some free spins. And Paddy Power does the wheel of some kind. I can't think of the name of it. Wonder Wheel, where you can get free spins as well. So I tend to just sit. It takes 5 minutes, go through each of them, and some days you get 2p, and some days you get a decent win. But actually, it doesn't cost anything to do it. So the biggest one I've had on Paddy Power was £22.50. I think I got one of the Paddy holiday spins or something, and just first spin straight into the bonus. That's the same thing that's just happened with this one on Will Hill. Second spin on this one, straight into the bonus. The positives are there for, if you just give it a little bit of time to get onto it. The negatives are, and the reason these companies offer the free spins, is it engages you with their app. So as long as you're controlled with your betting and with your spending, there's not that kind of urge to go, well, here's the first thing. They hope you do your free spins. You enjoyed the game. You haven't won anything. And some people will be like, oh, I'll just spin £5 and see if I can win anyway. So, you know, inevitably you then lose £5, although you could win. So there's that danger. So wary of that one. The other one is engaging with the app in general. If you've got apps open and you see another, like a special Holly Doyle to win 2 races today, and you think she's doing all right, you might go, I'll stick a couple of quid on that. And then that loses. So they're designed to entice you in. As long as you're sensible and you use it for exactly what it is and it's free, then actually you can do all right. You know, I see a lot of people say they never win, but then do they do them every day? So I routinely do them every day, and I definitely don't bet anything extra than I would have been betting anyway. Now, there was a time where I closed all the apps on my phone because I found I was falling into that trap. Not losing money or anything like that I couldn't afford, never do that. But actually spending more than I would have wanted to at that point, and then having less to spend on my bets. And my bets do pretty well. So it's in my interest to just focus on that and follow the people who I trust with their tips. Don't get sucked in. So my views on free spins, I mean, it's easy really. I do them all the time, and I find them really, really good because some days you win and some days you don't win. You're not losing. That's the key bit to remember. While it's free, you don't lose anything. It's when you get sucked in and follow up with spending your own money that you've got that liability. So I would encourage that if you've got the apps, check out who's got what. Some apps do them every day, some do them occasionally. Certainly worth doing. I'm a big fan. Hope you all have a good day and good luck with any bets. Cheers.
Right, so that was the acca tagger there. If you don't already follow him, give him a follow. His page on Twitter. He also has a Telegram. Very good bets, different types of bets, rollers, bets of the day, 1.5s. He's very, very good. And that's why I appreciate his opinion, because we have a very similar opinion that use it for what it's there for free, for to potentially get you extra money. But I want to focus on something that he actually said there about why bookmakers do it. And he's 100% right. It's about enticing you in and keeping you engaged. I've seen exactly what he said there. Log on to say William Hill, get a free spin, and then on the main page, big yellow, enhanced offer, you know, what it may be, someone boosted from, you know, evens to 2-1 to have scored more than one goal in the first half or whatever it may be. But you see that offer, you think, oh, well, if I'm on the app, I've had a few spins, you know, something entices you, and bang, then you could be doing bets that you wouldn't normally do. So it definitely can benefit the bookmaker if they get you to do what they want, which is to keep you on the app and keep you using the app. So I have a very similar routine where I log on most mornings and I go through the bookies that I use. And I would say, Tiger probably agrees with me, William Hill is without doubt, in my opinion, the best, because now he mentioned something there about scratch of the day. Today mine was exactly the same. I got a scratch of the day sweepstake, but then below it was 5 spins on, I think it might have been the same game, Gold Rush. I won 5p, he won £12. So there's the difference. Some days I get nothing. But one he didn't mention on William Hill was the bonus drop. So every day they have a bonus drop where it looks a bit like, what do you call that game? It's a TV thing where they drop the wee tokens down. It was down through the bars and it gets to the bottom. I can't figure the name of that TV show. Anyway, it's like the games you play at the fair type thing. You drop the coin and it slips down through the wee things and goes down to the bottom. And at the bottom, it's basically praise, no praise, praise, no praise, praise, no praise. And then there's one for cash praise. You never get that. But most days on that, you'll get 5 free spins. Sometimes you get 1, but most days you'll get 5 free spins. So that's, you know, potentially 10 free spins. And then, as he said, sometimes they'll just do random offers. You'll log on, and on the main page, it'll be click this link for 5 free spins of whatever game they're trying to promote. Also, I've had £2 free games for like Monopoly live play games where it's like a person playing the game live. So those don't pop up as often, but again, I think I won 35 or £45 on one of those before. I think it was live Monopoly, just from a £2 free stake. So he's 100% right there. Just be very, very careful. Use them for what you need them for, which is free spins and potentially free bets. So I'm going to go through the ones I do. I may miss out some because I don't use every bookmaker. Um, one that I wasn't sure of that I'll say, I'm going to talk about Ladbrokes later, but I didn't know that Ladbrokes did those instant spins. I actually only logged in today and tried it after I listened to the Acca audio there when he said that they do instant spin wins or something, whatever it's called. And I logged in and went, I've never noticed this before. So I'll get that in a minute. But as I say, William Hill is the best, in my opinion. They offer the bonus drop, which is every day, scratch of the day, which is every day. You don't always get free spins, but you could get a sweepstake, you could get a bet and get, which means you do a bet, you get a bet, you could get enhanced odds. So it's worth scratching every day. And then, as I say, you get the random, just whatever they may be trying to promote a certain game. You'll get click this link, 5 free spins. So there's potential of getting 15 free spins a day. And if you use their bet club, you'll get a free bet in a Monday with 5 spins. So there's times I actually have in the past had 20 spins in a day from William Hill. So I would say they're the best. Next, I've talked about this before, and people have seen that I've won small amounts of money on it before, which is Live Score and Virgin Bet. Both have a game where you pick, you go and a player is revealed to you every day, and then at the end of the week, a wheel spins and gives you an amount of monetary value. And for every goal, any of those 5 players you get scores, you get that amount. Now there was a time recently where I had Gabriel Jesus, and I had him, and it was at £2, and he scored, I think it was 3 or 4. So I win, sort of £6 or £8 for free, and it's cash. It's not free bets, so you could withdraw it if you want. What I would tend to say is with squads and fives, the Virgin Bet and Bet36 or Live Score Bet, they if you use it as your main app and you put money in it all the time, you'll get a bigger amount. Because I know guys who use it as their main app and they're getting like 50 quid, which is the top amount. I've seen it happen a few times with friends of mine, getting maybe 50 quid as their amount. One of the times the guy had son who scored one, also got one disallowed, so he could have had 100, and he had a guy miss a penalty, so he could have had £150 for free. But he does use that as his main app, where the most that I've got, I think, is a fiver. Do you know what I mean? So it kind of depends with that one. Don't be expecting to get the 50 quid often if you don't use the app at all, even though you don't need to. With Live Score Bet, again, I didn't realize that they did free spins every now and again. You may have seen it the weekend. I won £10.26 or something. And again, it was just randomly. I was flicking through my apps to see what offers, outright bets, things like that were on. And I seen the thing for 5 free spins of a certain game. So I did it and bang, straight in £10 something. Both of those also do a daily game, which is very, very hard to win. I played it for a while and I got bored with it. And that is the thing. Sometimes, you know, having to log in religiously, play the free spins, and log in these different apps. I know it only takes 5 or 10 minutes, but sometimes you can't even find the 5 or 10 minutes to do it. So other ones are, say, Ladbrokes. So Ladbrokes, the game that I was going to talk about is 1-2-3. So 1-2-3, once the season starts again here, you guess 3 correct scores. For 1 correct, you get £1 free bet. For 2 correct, you get £5 free bet. If you get all 3, you get £100 free bet. But also, as the Attacker just said there, they have a spin game. Instant Win, I think it was called. I played it today. I didn't get nothing. I got 5 free spins, didn't get anything. But that'll be one that I'll be using every day now. With Paddy Power, obviously, you said you've got that wheel. You only get 1 spin, but basically, if you get up through the top of it, you can get bigger prizes. But even with the 1 spin, you can get free spins for games. Obviously, also Paddy Power have beat the drop. Again, in this sort of time when there's not much on, if you want to have an interest in sport but you don't want to invest too much, beat the drop could be the way to go. You get one a week, and anybody who hasn't played it, it gives you several scenarios. Will this team score first? Will this team win? Will this game be a draw? And you just basically pick the one that you like the most, and you start with, I think it's £5,000, and you have to answer 10 questions. If you get to the 10th question, you get it right, then whatever money's left is yours. Obviously, you've got the Sky Bet Super 6 and Super Sunday 6, or whatever, the Super Sunday Extra, whatever it's called. Obviously, they're only once in a blue moon. Sky Bet not known for giving too many free spins and promotions away. Obviously, they are good for other things, like they have their own bet club, and obviously, Super Six is free, even though it's very unlikely that you're going to win. But still worth playing. It's only once a week on a Saturday and then on a Sunday for the Super Sunday Extra, so they're worth giving a shot anyway. Another one, Betway. Betway have four to score. And also, as Agarteka said there, they have an instant win type thing. The four to score is quite difficult. You've got to pick four correct scorers. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So yeah, it's it. And Bet365, not great for spins and promotions. It's not really their thing. But they obviously recently have been doing better with the enhancing odds and stuff. But they haven't really went down this road of free spins or free games. Theirs is more, they give the best prices, well, most of the time, and uh, free bet builders and things like that, free bets at the horses and stuff. So they've went a different way. William Hill seems to be more, they want to keep you on the app, giving you as many free spins and as free things as possible, hoping that you end up, spending more money. But those are my sort of ones that I use. If there's any out there that anybody else does, please feel free to send them to me on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, or even email me them, and I'll share them with people. Because listen, a free bet, anybody who's can get anything free at the bookies, it's a bonus to us. So, say that's basically all I'm going to say about free spins and free games. As I say, do use them. Use them to your advantage, not the bookmakers' advantage. Find the ones that are the best. I'd say William Hill would definitely be one of those, and use those. And then, yeah, so that's basically it. But I was going to give a quick update on what I've been doing. So I had a really poor Oscat, probably the worst, the absolute opposite, the acca attacker who won almost £1,000. Yeah, I had a few days where I got my money back. Saturday was the last day. It was a nightmare because I had three non-runners. So I actually got £3 back off that lucky 15 because I had the non-runners. I got one of my singles back, so it was £8. But I just readjusted my profit loss for that. I didn't put it down as winnings. So I had a poor OSCAP, which it's been common because I had a good Cheltenham, I had a decent Epsom. So at some point I was going to have a bad horse race meeting. Other things I did one bet, and it was beat by New York City, who drew one each. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, they were nil each, and they went 1-0 down, came back to one each, had 20 minutes left to win the game, but couldn't. That's the only real bet I've done. And then it did say I would use that £10.26 to start a roller bet. On the first selection, it was beat. A 1-3 selection of over 1.5 goals from teams who, I think one of the teams had scored 12, conceded 4 in 4 games, and the other team had scored 5, conceded 6 in 4 games, and it was nil each. So I think, I don't know if that's the Chinese league, I don't know what it is. But I've still got that other 5 there. I'm looking maybe Thursday or Friday to start another roller. Again, not really my type of bets. They're not bets that I'm used to doing, but I can make selections. I'm reasonably good at making a selection. So I'll just hopefully this week's will get me through a few days anyway. As I say, I just need something to keep me busy until start of next season. So that's it for today. Next week's episode will be on outright betting. And again, as the attacker mentioned there, he's already sent me an audio clip about his thoughts on outright bets. So I'll have that. I'm hoping to have at least one more opinion from another tipster sort of or punter on my own. So that should be a good episode next week because it is getting around that time of year when players are banned, players are being released, sold, etc. Where you sort of start, this is where I start looking at who's looking good for promotion, relegation, etc. next year. Who are people banned? Who may be their top goal scorer? Things like that. So I'll be keeping notes basically on anything that I see. I'd said before in the last episode of the season that one of the teams I fancied for potentially, and that was just an early pick to win the Europa League, no, not the Europa League, Europa Conference, was either West Ham or Nice. And looking at it now, Nice might be losing their manager to PSG. So if that happens, then that's off the table. But that's the kind of things I would be writing down. I'll be writing that I fancied Nice, but then the sector, well, then sacked their manager. Their manager left to go to a bigger club. So these are the kind of notes that if you do outright betting, before you just jump into them, you need to, you know, you need to have an idea of what's going on, which is why I never do them early. But I always have a few early selections, and then I'll watch what happens. And then I'll wait till just maybe a week before the season starts and do them. But that'll be next week. So I'll give you more of my thoughts about them, how I picked them, why I picked them, and also hopefully I'll have a couple of audio clips to play of other people's opinions. So to say that's it. If you are doing a bet in the next week or so, good luck and happy punting.
Here, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.